Dear learners, welcome back to our channel, your one-stop guide for English literature and exam preparation. Today we are diving into the story Ranga's Marriage by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar, a humorous yet insightful tale set in a Kannada village. In this video, you will get a clear summary, solve textual questions, and previous year's paper notes, all explained in simple words to guarantee your success. So, dear learners, stay tuned till the end of this video and let's make scoring easy for you, right? Dear learners, in this video, I am going to explore textual question answers and previous year's paper notes after the summary of the chapter. So, dear learners, let's know the summary of the chapter first of all. The summary is like Ranga's Marriage is a South Indian story set in a Kannada countryside village called Hosahalli in Mysore state. The story's humorous narration adds a light-hearted attitude toward life, making it enjoyable. The story begins with Ranga, who went to Bangalore to study 10 years ago. At that time, English words were not commonly used in Kannada conversations. When he returned, everyone was surprised to find him unchanged and his caste was intact. The narrator encouraged Ranga to get married, and Ranga expressed his desire to find the right girl, someone mature and considerate. The narrator planned to marry Ranga to Ramarao's niece Ratna, a talented girl who could play the veena and the harmonium. The narrator hatched a plan to introduce Ranga to Ratna. Ranga seemed captivated by her singing but was disappointed to learn she was already married. The narrator, with the help of an astrologer named Shastri, pretends that Ranga's marriage could be possible, with Ratna bringing surprise and happiness to Ranga. However, the narrator later revealed to Ranga that Ratna was not married but he had played along with Shastri's act. Ranga was overjoyed to hear this news. The narrator praised Shastri for his play acting skills and attended Ranga's son Shyama's birthday party. Ranga named his son after the narrator, following the English custom of naming a child after someone they admire. The narrator gave Shyama a gift and blessed him. The story portrays the humor and light-heartedness of village life and the amusing incidents surrounding Ranga's potential marriage. Dear learners, now I am going to explore textual question answers. Question number 1, comment on the influence of English, the language and the way of life on Indian life as reflected in the story. What is the narrator's attitude to English? This question was asked in 2016, 18 and 20. The answer of this question is, in the story Ranga's Marriage, the influence of English both as a language and a way of life is evident in the changing dynamics of Indian society. When Ranga returns to his village after studying in Bangalore, he encounters a shift in language use, with English words and phrases starting to make their way into Kannada conversations. This reflects the increasing presence of the English language in everyday life, particularly among those who have received education in English-speaking cities. The narrator's attitude towards English appears to be one of curiosity and amusement rather than criticism. The story portrays the use of English in a light-hearted manner, showing how it has become a part of the evolving cultural landscape in India. The fact that Ranga returns from Bangalore seemingly unchanged with his caste intact suggests that English education has not drastically altered his traditional values or cultural identity. The story highlights the coexistence of traditional Indian culture with the influence of English and westernization, reflecting the evolving nature of Indian society. Now, question number 2, astrologers' perceptions are based more on hearsay and conjecture than what they learned from the study of the stars. Comment concerning the story. The answer of this question is, in the story Ranga's Marriage, the role of the astrologer Shastri highlights a common perception that astrologers often rely on hearsay and conjecture rather than a scientific study of the stars. Shastri pretends to read the stars to create a favorable outcome for Ranga's potential marriage to Ratna. the talented girl. However, it is later revealed that Shastri's predictions were not based on actual astrological knowledge but were part of a playful act orchestrated by the narrator. This episode underscores the idea that some astrologers may take predictions based on tradition, belief, or popular beliefs rather than rigorous astronomical or astrological study. While astrology has its place in cultural and traditional contexts, it is important to recognize that it is often perceived as more rooted in tradition and faith than in scientific evidence or empirical observation, as highlighted in the story. Question number three: Indian society has moved a long way from the way the marriage is arranged in the story. Discuss. The answer of this question is Indian society has evolved significantly from the way marriages were arranged as depicted in the story Ranga's marriage. In the story, Ranga's marriage is primarily orchestrated by well-meaning individuals such as the narrator and the astrologer without much say from Ranga himself. However, in contemporary India, there has been a noticeable shift towards more autonomy and choice in the matter of marriage. Today, young individuals often have the freedom to choose their life partners based on their preferences, compatibility, and mutual understanding. Arranged marriages are still prevalent in India, but they have transformed to become more like arranged introductions where families play a role in introducing potential partners, but the final decision rests with the individuals involved. This change reflects a broader trend of increased individual agency and a move away from traditional rigid matchmaking practices in Indian society. Question number four: What kind of a person do you think the narrator is? The answer is the narrator in Ranga's marriage comes across as a friendly and mischievous individual. They appear to have good humor and a playful attitude towards life. The narrator seems genuinely concerned about Ranga's well-being and takes it upon themselves to help him find a suitable bride. They are resourceful and creative as seen in their plan to introduce Ranga to Ratna, the talented girl. The narrator's willingness to go along with the astrologer's act to bring happiness to Ranga shows kind-hearted and compassionate nature. Overall, the narrator is depicted as a likable and jovial character who values the happiness of their friend Ranga and enjoys the lighter side of life in their village. Dear learners, now I am going to explore previous year's paper notes. Question number one: English integrates India as a nation or it decreases, belittles the expressions of native speakers? Elucidate with examples from the lesson Ranga's marriage. This question was asked in 2015. The answer of this question is in the story Ranga's marriage, the use of English serves as an interesting theme that can be seen in two different ways. In one hand, it can be seen as a force that helps integrate India as a nation by connecting people who speak different native languages. For example, Ranga returns to his village after studying where he likely picked up English. This enables him to communicate with people who may not speak Kannada, his native language. It allows him to bridge the language gap and connect with a wider range of people within his own country. On the other hand, the story also highlights how the use of English can sometimes belittle the expressions of native speakers. In the story, when Ranga returns to his village, people are surprised that he still speaks Kannada fluently despite being exposed to English. This surprise suggests that there might be an expectation that speaking English is somehow superior, and that those who continue to speak their native languages are seen as less modern or educated. This can be seen as a form of belittling the richness and depth of native languages and cultures in India. So, in Ranga's marriage, we see that English can both integrate India by facilitating communication, and belittle the expressions of native speakers by creating a sequence of languages based on perceived prestige. Question number two: Describe the quality of the mangoes of Hosahalli village. This question was asked in 2015 and 19. The answer of this question is in the story Ranga's marriage, The quality of the mangoes from Hosahalli village is depicted as exceptional and highly prized. Hosahalli is known for its delicious mangoes and they are considered some of the best in the region. The mangoes are described as being sweet, juicy, and incredibly flavorful. They are so renowned that people from surrounding areas eagerly look forward to the mango season in Hosahalli. Question number three, was Ratna a victim of the arranged marriage system? This question was asked in 2015. The answer of this question is Ratna is not portrayed as a victim of the arranged marriage system. In the story, there is no indication that Ratna was forced into an arranged marriage against her will or without her consent. Instead, Ratna is presented as a talented and attractive young woman who is sought after as a potential bride. Question number four, comment on the influence of English, the language, and the way of life on Indian society as reflected in Iyengar's story, Ranga's marriage. This question was asked in 2016, 18, 20. The answer of this question is in Ranga's marriage, English is shown as both progress and problem. It gives modernity, education, and better chances. So villagers see it as a priceless commodity. Yet, it also creates social division as some treat it as a status symbol and grow arrogant. The narrator Shyama admires English but warns against losing traditions. Ranga, though educated, keeps his simple values. The story shows that English opens doors, but true worth lies in culture and character, not language alone. Question number five, what did Ranga think about marriage? This question was asked in 2016 and 17. The answer of this question is Ranga, the central character in Ranga's marriage, had specific views on marriage. He desired to find the right life partner, but his views on marriage were characterized by a sense of maturity and consideration. He wasn't in a hurry to get married and was selective in his choice of a spouse. Ranga was looking for a woman who was mature and considerate, suggesting that he wanted a meaningful and compatible relationship rather than a hasty or traditional arrangement. His desire for a thoughtful and mature partner reflects his cautious and thoughtful approach to marriage. Question number six, how did Ranga and Ratna react when they saw each other? This question was asked in 2016 and 18. The answer of this question is Ranga seemed captivated by Ratna's singing. When he first saw her, he was clearly impressed by her talent as she played the veena and the harmonium. However, his initial interest in her was primarily due to her musical abilities. As for Ratna, seeing a stranger peeping, Ratna stopped singing abruptly. Also, she ran inside as she felt shy to meet astrologers, as she felt shy to meet strangers. Question number seven, English integrates India as a nation, discussed with examples from the story Ranga's marriage. This question was asked in 2017. The answer of this question is in the story Ranga's marriage, the use of the English language serves as a symbol of modernity and integration in India. Ranga, the central character, had spent time in Bangalore where he was exposed to English education and culture. When he returned to his village, Hosahalli, he brought back with him the English language and some modern ideas. The use of English words in the story represents how English has become a unifying factor in India. It allows people from different regions and languages to communicate and understand each other. For instance, when Ranga returns to his village, the use of English words in Kannada conversation surprises the villagers, showing how English has integrated into their daily lives. Moreover, Ranga's desire to find a suitable bride with certain qualities rather than conforming to traditional norms reflects a modern and individualistic approach to marriage. This showcases how exposure to English education has influenced his thinking and attitudes, contributing to a broader sense of national integration where individuals are influenced by modern ideas and values irrespective of their regional or cultural backgrounds. In essence, the story illustrates how the English language and modern education have played a role in integrating India as a nation by bridging cultural gaps and influencing people's perspectives as seen through Ranga's character and his views on marriage. Now, question number 8, narrate the events that lead to Ranga's marriage. This question was asked in 2019. The answer of this question is Ranga, who had gone to Bangalore to pursue his education, returned to his village of Hosahalli after 10 years. His return was a significant event in the village because he had not changed much during his time away, and he still held on to his traditional caste identity, which was surprising to the villagers. Ranga had specific views on marriage. He desired to find a mature and considerate life partner but was in no hurry to get married. The narrator of the story, a friend of Ranga, took it upon himself to arrange Ranga's marriage. He had heard of a suitable girl named Ratna, the niece of Rama Rao, who was not only talented but could play musical instruments like the veena and the harmonium. The narrator introduced Ranga to Ratna. Ranga was captivated by her singing. However, he was initially told that she was already married. Then the narrator and an astrologer named Shastri pretended that there was a chance for Ranga to marry Ratna even though she was not actually married. This pretense was done to create a surprise for Ranga and make him happy. So the key steps involved introducing Ranga to Ratna, pretending that Ranga could marry her, and ultimately revealing the truth to bring joy to Ranga, who thought Ratna was already married. This clever plan, orchestrated by the narrator and Shastri, led to Ranga's marriage with Ratna. Now, question number 9. Write briefly about Gunda Bhatta, the doctor of Hosahalli village. This question was asked in 2020. The answer of this question is Dr. Gunda Bhatta was a special character in the story, and the author showed that he was a very sincere and caring person. He helped sick people not only in his village but also in other places. However, he had a special fondness for treating and assisting the people of Hosahalli village. Question number 10. What steps did the narrator take to get Ranga married to Ratna? This question was asked in 2022. The answer of this question is to get Ranga married to Ratna. The narrator took several steps. First, the narrator introduced Ranga to Ratna, who was a talented girl. Ranga was captivated by her singing. However, he was initially told that she was already married. Then the narrator and an astrologer named Shastri pretended that there was a chance for Ranga to marry Ratna even though she was not actually married. This pretense was done to create a surprise for Ranga and make him happy. So the key steps involved introducing Ranga to Ratna, pretending that Ranga could marry her, and ultimately revealing the truth to bring joy to Ranga, who thought Ratna was already married. This clever plan, orchestrated by the narrator and Shastri, led to Ranga's marriage with Ratna. Question number 11. What does the narrator say about Hosahalli? This question was asked in 2022. The answer of this question is the narrator describes Hosahalli as a countryside village in the Kannada-speaking region of Mysore state. The narrator portrays the village with a light-hearted attitude towards life, suggesting that the humorous narration adds to the enjoyment of the story. Question number 12. What happened when Ranga returned to his village from the city of Bangalore? This question was asked in 2022. The answer of this question is when Ranga returned to his village from the city of Bangalore, everyone in the village was surprised to see that he had not changed much despite spending 10 years in the city. His return was significant because during his absence, the village had not been exposed to the influence of English and modern city life as much as Ranga had. So his return to his traditional ways and unchanged identity became a notable event in the village. Question number 13. Give a brief account of Ranga's education, his views on marriage, and how he finally got married. This question was asked in 2023. The answer of this question is Ranga went to Bangalore for his education, which took about 10 years. During this time, he was exposed to modern education and city life. When he returned to his village, everyone was surprised to find that he had not changed much and he still held on to his traditional caste identity. Ranga had specific views on marriage. He expressed his desire to find the right girl for himself, someone mature and considerate. However, he didn't rush into marriage and seemed to be selective in his choice of a life partner. The narrator of the story planned to arrange Ranga's marriage and introduced him to Ratna, who was Rama Rao's niece. Ratna was a talented girl who could play the veena and the harmonium. Ranga was captivated by her singing, but he was initially disappointed to learn that she was already married. To create a surprise for Ranga, The narrator and an astrologer named Shastri pretended that Ranga's marriage with Ratna could be possible, even though she was not married. This brought joy and happiness to Ranga, who had thought Ratna was already married. The narrator's plan, with the help of Shastri's act, led to Ranga eventually getting married to Ratna. Now, question number 14. Who was Ranga's homecoming a great event? This question was asked to 2023. The answer of this question is Ranga's homecoming was a great event because when he went to Bangalore to study 10 years ago, he left his village and things were different back then. At the time, English words were not commonly used in Kannada conversations, so when he returned, everyone was surprised to find him unchanged and his traditional caste identity was still intact. This made his return a significant and noteworthy occasion in the village. Question number 15, the last question. What is the name of Ranga's village and what does the narrator say about it? This question was asked in 2023. The answer of this question is Ranga's village is called Hosahalli and the narrator describes it as a countryside village in the Kannada-speaking region of Mysore state. The narrator portrays the village with a light-hearted attitude toward life, indicating that the humorous narration adds to the enjoyment of the story. Dear learners, that was the complete coverage of Ranga's marriage, summary, important questions and exam focused notes. I hope this video has helped you understand the story and boosted your preparation. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more easy explanations and 100% exam success notes. Drop your questions in the comments and I will be happy to help you out. All the best for your exams. Keep learning and keep shining. Thank you so much.